Medusa was not born in darkness. She didn't come into the world as a monster, nor as a creature meant to be feared. In the earliest versions of the myth, Medusa was human, one of the three Gorgon sisters, and the only one who could die. While her sisters were immortal, Medusa was fragile, mortal, and painfully human. She was known not for cruelty but for beauty, so striking that it drew attention not only from men, but from the gods themselves. In a world ruled by divine power, beauty was never a gift, it was a liability. Medusa chose a life of devotion. She became a priestess in the temple of Athena, bound by vows meant to protect her. The temple was sacred ground, a place where mortals believed the gods would offer shelter. But Greek mythology is full of promises that only protect those in power. Medusa's fate changed the moment she was noticed by Poseidon, a god of the sea, of storms, and of unchecked desire. Poseidon did not ask. He did not wait. Inside Athena's own temple, a place meant to be untouchable, Medusa was violated. It was not love, and it was not temptation. It was power exercised without consequence. When the act was discovered, the gods were faced with a choice: punish one of their own, or punish a mortal. They chose the mortal. Athena's response was swift and devastating, not toward Poseidon, who walked away untouched, but toward Medusa, the woman who had already lost everything. Athena transformed her hair into living snakes. She cursed her gaze so that anyone who looked upon her face would turn to stone. In a single moment, Medusa was erased as a victim and reborn as a warning. The curse did more than change Medusa's body. It destroyed her voice. No one could approach her without dying. No one could hear her side of the story. The punishment ensured isolation, fear, and silence. Medusa was not meant to be redeemed. She was meant to be avoided. Driven from society, Medusa fled to the edges of the world. There, among ruins and shadows, stories began to spread. Each retelling stripped away more of her humanity. The woman was forgotten. The monster was all that remained. Heroes did not ask who she was. They only asked how to kill her. This is how Greek mythology often works. Fear replaces truth. And once fear takes hold, justice becomes irrelevant. Medusa lived alone, surrounded by the statues of those who had crossed her path, not by choice but by accident. Men who sought glory, hunters who believed the stories. None of them listened. None of them understood. They only saw what they were told to see. Her story eventually reached Perseus, a man sent not by justice but by ambition. Perseus was promised power, recognition, and a throne if he could bring back Medusa's head. The gods armed him generously, a mirrored shield so he would never have to look at her, winged sandals to approach unseen, a blade to end her life swiftly. Perseus did not face Medusa. He did not speak to her. He did not give her the dignity of being seen. He struck while she slept. Medusa died without a voice, without a defense, without being understood. Even in death, her body was not allowed peace. From her blood sprang Pegasus, a symbol of beauty born from violence, a final reminder that something sacred had been destroyed. Perseus carried Medusa's severed head as a weapon. He used it to turn enemies to stone, proving that her curse was never about justice. Even after death, Medusa existed only as a tool for others. In Greek mythology, Medusa is remembered as a monster, but her story is not about evil. It is about power and how it protects itself. It is about how victims are punished so institutions remain intact, and it is about how silence can be more destructive than any curse. Medusa was not born a monster. She was made into one because it was easier than facing the truth.